I'm glad to be here with you guys tonight. I want to let y'all know a little bit about me, and I won't give you my history or my kiss or any of that stuff. You can read about that on my website. Go to lizcase.com and find all that stuff out. What you do need to know about me is I've been going down to Austin for the last 10 years. And the reason I've been doing that is because we got politicians down there that are not doing what we send them down there to do. Yeah, we think because the people here in HD 71 are good, honorable people. And if you look somebody in the eye and you shake their hand and you tell them, this is what I'm going to do, that's as good as a contract. So you think when you send these people to Austin and they're Republicans, you think they're taking your conservative values down to Austin. You think they're fighting for your values. Well, I got some real bad news for you. That is not what they've been doing. I've been sitting down there watching these folks, and they are snakes like you wouldn't believe. Chance is right when he says that Stan Lambert was not standing up for our values. Now, in all honesty, I have to say that he's not the only one. Most of those folks down there are not doing that, and the system is not designed for them to do that. Because they get down there and they're told, you know what, you may campaign one way and tell your people at home that you're a conservative, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. But once we get up here to Austin, we're all going to get along. And it's just going to be nice and hunky-dory. Well, I'm a nice person and I'm really laid back and all that. But I have to tell you, if you think it's okay to kill babies and chop perfectly good body parts off of little kids, I have no common ground with you. And so we are not going to have much things to get along about. I'm sorry. That's just the way it goes for me. I've been down there watching them. I worked really hard for the last 6 years in particular. One of the first bills that I worked really hard on was the girls' sports bill. Okay, that is not controversial. It just means we're going to keep boys out of girls' sports. It took us 4 sessions to get that bill passed. Now, that's ridiculous. You know what that tells you is we don't have enough conservatives in the House. It passed the Senate every one of those times, but we couldn't get it past the House. You heard what we were talking about our speaker. He was elected by Democrats. And now it's even worse because we've got Democrat co-chairs. They're not chairing the committees. They are co-chairs, and they got more power than the chairman of the committees. It's worse now down there than it was the session before. We've got a huge mess down there because Democrats and the rhinos are running the Texas House. If we don't get conservatives elected down there in that Texas House, we're not going to get any of our bills passed. We've had the right election integrity bills down there for the last 2 sessions to fix the problems that we have with election integrity. They have passed the Senate. They're not getting past the House. We've had the right bills in so many of our areas, but we can't get them past the House. That tells you don't have the conservatives that you need. And people always ask me, they say, we sent somebody down there. He was a good guy. He was a really nice land. What happened? Well, it's not enough to send a good person. It's not enough to send a nice person or even a principled person. If you're not using the Word of God as your compass, and that is not what you're using, you're going to get led astray. It is too easy when you mix some truth with a lie to be led astray down there. And I've watched it happen over and over and over again. I've been in politics for decades, and I've seen so many good people that have been led astray. And we've all known people that went to Austin or they went to D.C. and they came back corrupted. And what you need to know and understand is they're sending key county girls into those men's offices. And they're not just the girls, but they've got to compromise you. If you're conservative, they've got to compromise you. And if you're a Christian, they're really coming for you. I have a friend that was a freshman last year, and they told me that in the first week, they were offered drugs, sex, and a bride. In the very first week they were down there. So you don't know what you're headed in for, and you're not going to last long down there. Because what I didn't realize even when I went down there the very first time, this is a spiritual battle. There's a reason that we are commanded to pray for our leaders, because they need our prayers. We can't send anybody to Austin unless we support them in prayer. That is all of our duty in here. We got to be supporting whoever we send to Austin and to DC. We've got to commit to do that. We also need to think about the fact that February the 2nd is the last day to register. They talked to you earlier about what day Election Day is and what day early voting starts. If you know anybody that's not registered, they need to be registered by February 2nd. That's the last day for the primary to get registered to this election. So you know where your county clerk is? Right there. There are people that are voter registrars in this room right now that can help you get registered. That's going to be hugely important. Because one thing that people need to understand, if you really want a conservative to be elected, the primary is the time to do that. Because we've had too many of these rhinos out there that are pretending that they're Republicans. That R either means you're a real Republican or you're a rhino. But there's a very big difference between the two. People ask me, I ran against Stan Lambert last time, and he was a 4-term incumbent, and he had a lot of people convinced that I still lived in Dallas. Y'all may know me better as Dallas Liz. That's what he called me. But I came within 625 votes of taking that seat. And people were surprised when I kept going down to Austin. And I said, why would you be surprised? I mean, going down there the last 4 terms, so why would I quit now? There's work to be done down there. And it's not about a title. It's about getting the work done. And we got some important bills passed this session. We got some bills on women's privacy. We got some pro-life bills. We got some important things done. But we've got so much more that has to get done down there. So I'll be happy to talk to you guys about those bills. Y'all been sitting here a long time. You're tired of listening to all of us. But I'll be back there available if you have any questions. I appreciate y'all coming out and being interested in your community. Thank you guys so much.